We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 9to5 Fitness Podcast. I'm with Anabolic Gabe. Gab, how are you?
Very well, mate. How are you?
I'm going well. How'd you sleep?
Actually, haven't been sleeping that well because something's been on my mind lately. I've been thinking about this a lot, and it's going to be one of the major points of discussion for this podcast, but I haven't stopped thinking about what happens when we die. It's just been on my mind, been driving me crazy. I want answers.
You kind of stunned me because we were in the sauna yesterday, just sitting there, and sauna chats generally do get pretty deep, but we were 2 minutes in and you pull out mate, what happens when we die?
The big questions up first, no hiding away from them.
Stunned me.
I mean, when you're a kid, you're scared of it. Like, I don't know about you, but like when I was a kid, I was like, what happens when you die? And then I feel like I forgot about it for about 16 years.
Yeah.
And then it's returned in full force, stronger than ever. I'm like, shit, what actually does happen when you die? So,
yeah.
And the thing that brought it on is I was watching this space movie. I got you onto it, that Stowaway movie with my girlfriend, and like, it's all this like very claustrophobic stuff where they're in space, and I'm like, geez, it'd be so easy for you to die. Like, what happens if you make one mistake? What happens if it just combusts and, the pressure of space kills you and everything like that? And I was just like, the line between life and death, like one thing can go wrong and you're dead all of a sudden. And it just got me questioning. I was about to break down in the movie. Like I was borderline on tears. I was like, what actually does happen? Like,
oh, no.
I'm scared. I don't know the answer. So I didn't mean for the podcast to get this deep this early, but like,
it's happening. Let's run with it. Well, we went pretty deep yesterday. Like, we got into it. And I can't give you any answers, unfortunately. And now you've made me think about it. So I went and watched Stowaway, this movie. Look, it's a good movie. Had a shocking ending. It's like they ran out of funding.
They ran out of money.
Yeah. It's one of those movies where you don't know.
I don't know why that movie brought on that thought, though, because it's nothing to do with the question of death. I was just like, space is such an interesting concept to me, but it's also very scary. Like, we're this tiny little speck in the universe. And, I don't know. It's just like your life can be taken away like that.
Yep.
So I'm searching for answers, basically. I'm like
soul searching.
Yeah. I don't know. And it starts making me question this, what is time? Maybe you have to wait 100 years and you effectively respawn with no recollection of like what previously happened. Like, I don't know. And what happens if your sense of 100 years is like completely different? Maybe it's like instant. Like our lives for people who are waiting to respawn could be in an instant. Well,
I think regardless of the outcome, like the beauty of this conversation is you come out of it with a little bit of perspective. You stop sweating the really small things, which can kind of relax minds. For instance, for us, if we put a lot of effort into some content and it doesn't do well, then it is what it is. That doesn't matter. When we die, it's not going to be there anyway. But what do you think actually happens when you die?
I don't know. I actually was looking at a few articles on incognito mode because I didn't want that stuff to appear on my history.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, exactly. Mate, keep it quiet. I'm going a bit crazy. But of people who have died and then been resurrected. Yeah. And they say, like, what seems to happen is it's like a lot of people said there's like this, you go into like an out of body experience and like you see yourself like from a bird's eye view, like a third person type thing. And it's like, so I'm thinking like it could be like a constant state of dreaming. And stuff like that. So I don't know. But some people say it was just completely black, which is pretty depressing. Yeah. I don't want it to be completely black. And I suppose like the saddening thing for me is like when you die, you don't get to interact with the people who you love and you hang out with all the time. Like I won't get to see you. I won't get to see Jacinta. Like, that, to me, that's quite sad. So I don't know. It's like your time spent with them is finite. So
absolutely. I think... Yeah, I mean, so we put a story out just before this podcast and said, what do you guys think happens when we die? And we got some really good responses. But one of my favorite ones was just don't sweat it because it's going to happen and there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. But we're sweating it and we're going to dive into it. I think what happens is... They worded that one really well. They said... we'll read it out.
We'll read it out later. We'll get to it. What are you saying?
I think what happens... I'm actually pretty pessimistic. I think I'm one of those people. I think you just die and nothing happens, to be honest. I was, when I was younger though, I used to stress it. I remember staying up late, like lying in my bed being like, oh shit.
I feel like we're going to scare our audience. This isn't going to be a positive podcast, whatever. Yeah. We're just going to be worried about this.
We'll find a positive twist on it. Don't you worry.
So I think actually what the positive outcome from it is,
perspective.
The perspective is while we've got this finite time on Earth, like make the most of it.
100%.
So that's what we were chatting about in the sauna yesterday. Is
Yeah.
if we've only got, if we're only going to live till we're 80, 100 or whatever, we want to make sure there are 100 of the most meaningful years. So we're just going to do everything with meaning. Just give it our best and really get something out of it. And
100%.
Live with no regrets kind of thing.
And, so we'll look at it from someone of our age. I think we were talking about last night in the sauna how, like, there's two different people at our age. There's people who are, like, really grinding hard / studying, never going out. And then there's people who are, like, going out every weekend, every night and, like, sending it, drinking way too much. I think if you can kind of find a balance between the two...
Yeah.
Then you really, it's up to you what you think life is. But that's like my perspective of like making the most of it. I want to really enjoy myself, have a lot of fun with friends, but then I also want to, build an empire and build like
achieve something.
Yeah, achieve something and leave a legacy. Yeah. And then that brings the other thing of like, legends never die.
Yeah, Juice WRLD, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Well, yeah, exactly. So
I think that's you. It's really about in our perspective at least. Some people might completely disagree with us, but we're all about striking that balance between grinding hard and enjoying life. Because I know like a lot of people are in like grad jobs now and they're being absolutely flogged with a whip, like working 14-hour days or something inhumane like that. And it's like, I really don't want to spend my 20s doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just don't really rate that. You can do what you want kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't appeal to me all that much. I want to be able to grind, but I also want to be able to, enjoy these years with my friends, with my family, with my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah,
I think a big part of like leaving that legacy behind is helping others and helping people along the way. It's getting pretty deep. But last night we were in the sauna and someone ordered a beginner program and you looked up at me, you were like, mate, this just makes me so happy because that person is going to get so much out of that.
Yeah.
Like, and not trying to plug our programs at the moment, but like it's a good point. Like you want to help people along the way. And
we're talking about, having meaning in life. It's like, I genuinely get so much, like a really good feeling out of helping people. Yes, they're supporting our business and they're
100%.
It's what we do to pay the bills. But at the same time, like a beginner coming into the gym and not knowing what they're doing is going to get so much out of that. And it'll be like a guide for them. And I just feel like, I don't know. As I did say, it warms my heart.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, I just really, I don't know.
It's beautiful. Well, I'm trying to find this comment. Here we go. So, Uber TUS replied to this story where we're asking about what happens when people die and said, don't know, don't care. Shouldn't worry about dying, lads, because you'll never live. Great point.
Mate, I'm going to get that tattooed on my forehead.
Let's do it.
On my forehead. It's just like... That's a great quote.
I absolutely love that.
But we've also got some really, really funny ones.
Yeah. Well, a lot we're just saying like Ziz. Like you just meet Ziz. Lewis stops talking footy.
Yeah.
That's heaven, baby.
Yeah.
Sounds good. We'll talk more footy later. Someone said anal. No context. A guy called Brockfit _ have you heard of him? I haven't.
Who's that?
Says Lewis will come back as a pig, killed and sold as bacon. Gab will be Tom Platz's left quad.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Someone else said lose all the gains and just straight up like your heart stops beating. So I think like the heart stops beating thing, but we want to go deeper than that.
There were some funny ones.
Yeah, there were.
I swear we're reading them out before.
Yeah, go up and
sent to the gulag. Yep, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's probably a question I ask myself once every 3 years.
All right, there are some good ones here. Pretty sure it's just a constant loop of your resistance program's lower day. So you're just hitting legs after legs after legs. You see Gab and Lewis standing over you telling you to take your creatine.
Yep. That'll be a good one.
You go to heaven to be with I shouldn't laugh. All right, I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. You go to heaven to be with our Lord Jesus. He loves you! ! Fair enough if you believe in that.
And then the one followed by that was anal.
Yeah.
So there's not much consistency through it, but it just shows everyone has their different beliefs.
Yeah, exactly.
I like go to NTF land.
Yeah. You collect more TNs and Nautica shirts in heaven when working out. Honestly, yeah, these guys, wonderful, wonderful personalities. I just love it. Very colourful.
Yeah, and we've figured if we give people a specific topic, people will reply and talk on it.
Yeah, I love it. They've got really good input that I didn't even think about. So I really appreciate those diverse perspectives. You know, we have all types of different responses there, which is fantastic.
100%. Well, speaking of death, we got burnt this week, mate.
Yeah,
burnt hard.
We did.
But do you want to tell us what happened?
Yeah. So we're looking to get a few more guests on the podcast, really hustle.
Yeah.
And we're like, who better than Zach Perna, you know?
Good Melbourne athlete. We love him.
We really looked up to him. I got a lot of inspiration to him at the start of my journey, you know, basic meals. I didn't really look at him for ways to train, but like I did find him like a pretty motivational person because he did like a similar course to me at uni and stuff, and he was always pretty switched on. So we're like, you know, we're pretty apparent in like the Melbourne youth fitness scene, I like to think.
Yep.
You know, we've definitely made some waves. People have heard about us. I think there's definitely Zach Perna would have heard about us. We're in a group chat with him for like some sponsorship things and whatnot. We've never actually directly spoken to him, but we know people that know him and things like that. And we send him a message saying, hey mate, we're an OG follower. Like basically saying we'd love to have you on the podcast.
And we totally understand that he didn't reply to that because like he'd get double the amount of messages we get and we can't even like scrape the, you know, the top of the barrel. But to make sure he saw it, we went on to his recent Instagram post and commented and said, just commenting to make sure Zach Perna reads our DM to get him on the podcast.
With like pretty soon after he posted it as well. So.
Yeah. And that got like 200 likes or something.
Yeah, 200 likes. Everyone ran it up. And the thing is, he was replying to all the other comments on there.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like
yeah,
you would have seen it. It was one of the most liked comments on there.
So we got burnt pretty hard.
Yeah.
He hasn't responded. But that's all right. Like we're not burning any bridges there. We still love you, Zach. And if you want to come on the potty, we'd love for that to happen. Even if it's just over Zoom, we'd love to ask you a few questions and get an insight. I think a lot of our younger followers could really, you know, benefit from it.
Definitely. And a lot of like the mindset things about coming up as a content creator and the age of social media. I think there's things that go beyond fitness as well that he could really help us out with. So I think that'd be a really valuable podcast. If any family members of Zach Perna are listening, maybe say he's not getting any Christmas presents until he comes on the podcast. Yep. So that'd be fantastic if you could engage in something like that.
I think it'll be one of those things where we just got to go high. Let's go bloody Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
And then once we get Chris on, anyone who denies it, it's like
you think you're better than Chris Hemsworth? Yeah. Like, come on, mate.
It's aggressive.
Jacinta said that if Chris Hemsworth comes on, she'll come and film the podcast herself. So that's good. Yeah.
I bet she would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be via Zoom unless we go to Byron Bay.
Didn't they sell their house in? I don't know.
He's got to be in Australia somewhere. I'm going to send him a message right after this, actually. We're going to do
that. Isn't, what's his name? That guy, Zac Efron. He's in Tassie or something.
Did you see his Botox?
No.
Oh, mate, it's aggressive. Anyway, I don't want this to be a bloody gossip column.
Women's Weekly.
Yeah. I think there's a big part of like, you know, just on Zach Perna and stuff. You don't actually want to meet your heroes.
You don't reckon?
I don't think you want to meet your heroes.
Why is that?
I think it can be pretty flattening. And I'm not saying Zach Perna is our hero. We do want to meet you, mate. But we actually got a little bit scammed by an influencer once.
Oh, yeah. Mate, you're reeling back the years here.
Reeling back the years. So when we were younger, we really used to listen to, what's his name? Mo Samuels. Mm-hmm. You know, nice.
I think you were quite big on him. I personally
I really liked
watch
his style of. Yeah. He like went to festivals and stuff. Anyway, and he created this new pre-workout, and Gab and I were like we could barely have a coffee, let alone a pre-workout. And he's like promoting. He's like, it's pretty much like MDMA. Like, it's like speed, it's meth, and we're like
everything
fired up. We don't condone doing drugs, but but we're like, and it's legal, so and it's safe. So we went and bought it. Do you want to show us the tub?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there was so much hype around it because like sold out everywhere. Can't get your hands on it. Limited edition, just so hyped up. And we're like, guys, we got a tub. We got the tub. We bought this 3.5 years ago, something like that. And I've still got some that just speaks for itself.
So they're called Wobs.
There's 50 capsules in here. I took the container. I kept 25, and Louis had 25 in a Ziploc bag.
Yep.
You chewed through them, mate. You were...
mate. They were pretty much sleeping pills for me. They did.
I reckon I could take a Panadol and feel more awake.
We were actually... You know, I think like, do you remember the first time we did it? So we had them. We're at Bentley Fitness Center.
Yeah,
we're like wide up. We're like, here we go, boys. Had them 20, 30 minutes before. Like had 1 or 2 each. And then we're doing the workout. It's like halfway through. It's like, mate, do you feel it? And you're like, I'm like,
no. Oh, I think I feel something.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I think I'm like,
a bit of a buzz. Yeah, no, really good focus, man. Really good focus.
Really good. The go-to.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I think I like chewed through all of mine because they were useless. But like that was a classic kind of, bit of a scam.
Yeah, mate. What does it have in it? Just like, I don't know.
It's got a little bit
200 milligrams of caffeine apparently, but yeah, I don't know. I really didn't feel
nothing. Maybe it's like if it was in a powder format, it would be better.
Yeah, and what about an honest review on the Pride pre-workout? So we're trying to trial all the different pre-workouts from Elite Supps, like get a different one in every supplement order, and we've tried a few. Like, what do you think of the Pride one?
1 scoop is completely useless.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Tastes great though, doesn't it?
Tastes brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, one scoop. Look, you could have that to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I found 2 scoops to be a lot better, but it's not like the kind of face sliding bloody.
Yeah, I like the itch from the beta alanine. There's something in that, it makes me feel fired up. I love it.
The benefit of this is there's no beta alanine or whatever it's called. So look, if you are looking for a pre-workout that is absolutely pinging, I wouldn't go for the Pride.
Yeah, in the next one, I think our supplement order is actually coming tomorrow, but I ordered the 7th gear one, and a few pre-workout addicts have recommended this one to me, saying like this is real shit, basically.
I got Disorder.
Yeah. Well, we know Disorder's good.
Yeah,
that might be a little bit heavy for you. I get a few itches from a full scoop of Disorder.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
You feel like one of those bloody meth addicts or something.
Yeah. What I will say though is, I think things like the Pride would actually be quite good for like footy or something, where you need to be switched on and focusing, not itching and twitching.
I'll actually have to have a scoop of yours just to confirm, because obviously my tolerance is a bit high, but I'd like maybe a different perspective on it before we go out there saying it's completely silly.
I think that's a good idea. And more than happy to do that for you,
mate.
Just use code NTF.
Yeah, the 7th gear. So Disorder has 250 milligrams of caffeine.
Yep.
Disorder. Is that what I said? Disorder has 250.
Yeah.
7th gear has 350, and I've heard that it's got some other stuff in it that makes it pretty full on. So it should be coming tomorrow. I'm really excited to try it. I want to just have a smorgasbord of different pre-workouts, and have an opinion on all of them. I want to become a pre-workout connoisseur.
Okay,
and
so
it's interesting because I don't actually have pre-workout that much. I might have it once, maybe twice a week.
Gonna get kicked back for saying that.
Yeah, exactly. So I just want to be across it. Like if somebody asks, "Is this pre-workout good?" I want to be the man to come to for them to come to answer that question for them.
Yeah. So and you have the access, or we both have the access to be able to.
It's a lucky position. We can say, guys, if Wobs ever come back on the market, please do not buy them.
I don't think they're coming back. I think he's quit doing all the influencing stuff, which is fine.
Probably a lawsuit against those pre-workout tablets.
I uploaded a TikTok last night talking about how we're doing like more ab movements, and one of them was jackknives. And actually we got a response from a very switched on watcher / listener, and he said, hang on, I thought you said you never do abs. And you only do like core movements through like compound lifts. So I just want to say, firstly, the reason I've started doing more core movements is because I've noticed my back is getting a little bit sore from all the running I'm doing. So if I can strengthen my core, which clearly has been lacking through the lack of compound movements I've been doing with a broken arm, then I am rectifying that issue.
Yeah. And also, like, we preach certain things, but we're not going to say these things are set in stone. We learn, we develop.
Yeah.
And, we don't want to stay stagnant just to protect our pride. Like, we will learn things to make us better athletes, to make, we just learn more. And so I do think that abs in isolation are definitely more effective. We're trying to get them popping a little. Popping a little bit more, get a little bit more aesthetic. So we're whacking in a few more ab isolation sessions in there. So yeah, maybe they'll be popping a little bit more. We'll report back to you guys. Still progressively overloading them. We're going to add some ankle weights in there, things like that. So
yeah. And I'm definitely noticing it anyway. Like I feel stronger through my core. Doing a lot of like twist movements and stuff, helping the back, feeling stronger when I'm running. Can't wait to play footy.
Actually, something quite big happened this week. my coach texted me. We wanted to do my first powerlifting competition, and there's one coming up in June that I'm going to enter for. And yeah, essentially it'll be my first powerlifting competition. So quite exciting.
Yeah.
You know, I was a little bit nervous about it, but now with this new mindset of thinking, you know, you only get one life, smash it. It just puts things into perspective.
Yeah, just get in
what
there.
makes me so special to be nervous about this little amateur competition, you know? So
yeah, great perspective.
just eat it up, you know, make the most of it. Just, you know, live with no regrets, do everything. I'm going to really be pushing my body in this next period to try and get some big weights up there. We'll see what happens. My only confusion is, so there's like in powerlifting, there's weight categories. The ones that I'm kind of in between is the 77 kilo weight category and the 85 kilo weight category.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm bulking and I'm at 83. And I must say, like, my body feels elite, feels so powerful.
It's heavy.
Yeah, just big boy stats, you know?
So when you're preparing for the powerlifting competition, your food intake will increase.
Yeah.
Your cycling will decrease.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to talk to Josh about that, but I presume like cycling, like cardio doesn't kill gains as long as you're not doing marathons every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
probably good from the mental aspect of it.
Yeah, maybe just take them a bit easier, not as intense, decrease the distance, like still keep it up. But yeah, I think I'll still keep it up, but just managing that volume. But just on the weight thing, I actually am confused because when you weigh more, you're able to lift heavier weights. So I will personally be able to lift heavier weights, but I'll also be competing against people who can lift heavier weights comparatively to the previous weight class. So
yeah, that's the big question.
Yeah, it is. I don't know, like, do I want to put another 2.5 kilos to be in that 85? Like, I might feel a little bit lethargic. It might not be exactly useful.
You'll be chungus, another 2.5.
A little bit chubby. But or could we be brutal and cut down 6 kilos to be in 77? Like, honestly, I don't think I'd feel healthy.
Nah, because I think you're going the other way.
Even when I was cutting in summer and I was around like 78, 79.
Yeah.
And we did my previous testing, like I didn't feel that strong. Like I just didn't feel like the man I could be. So I don't know, maybe I'll try to get up to like 87 and then
What are you now, sorry?
82.5, 83.
You're looking good as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I think your body looks a whole lot more full.
Like the muscles are just ready to go kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to weigh up. I think I will go the 85 just because I don't want to be that unhealthy weight.
So can people come and watch if you're competing?
I'm not sure what the regulations are. If you can like buy tickets to come in, but like I presume people will be able to watch. So I reckon it'd be pretty cool if we had like a bit of a support crew coming down.
Yeah, I'm gonna be number one fan.
Yeah, you and Jacinta will be there.
Yeah, we'll cheer you on.
Exactly.
I'm gonna like knock you out. Don't like hit people.
Slap me on the back.
Yeah.
Give me my what are those smelling salts? Yeah.
Some wobs.
Yeah. So these next few weeks are gonna be hardcore. I'm gonna be prepping my body for it. I really need to boost my squat and my deadlift. Benches will be very competitive, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't know. I feel quite powerful, really getting the glutes firing, but we'll see how it goes.
So is bench going to be your best, do you say?
Like, bench will be relative, like, my bench will be able to beat most people's benches,
okay,
I think.
Good, yeah.
Like, coming into it, like, my bench is fairly competitive.
Yep.
It'd be nice to get, like, real, like, 160s, 170s.
Yeah.
But, yeah, my squat is, like, embarrassing. So I just need to really be quite relentless with it.
Yeah.
I think I'm just too much, like, when I've been training, I think I've just been a bit too conservative with it. I think I just need to really get into it and start getting some weight on. Like, this isn't advice for anyone. Like, I could get injured. Like, I don't know. I'm just willing to risk it to get that squat up there.
Yep.
And I also think that I underutilize my glutes, which is why my deadlift and the squat aren't that good. Like, I think I'm very quad dominant.
Yep.
I think I'm deadlifting and squatting through my quads, which is not as, the glutes are the most powerful muscle in the body. So, I think that essentially
switch
explains
those
it.
on.
Yeah, so I think you switch them on and boost those and hopefully get some good numbers up there. Like, testing when I was 79 kilos, I was hitting like 500 kilo total. So I'd want to be putting it 100 kilos on that total.
Yep.
So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's exciting. Well, I'm going to be in your corner.
Yeah.
And I'll spike the other people's drinks so they do badly.
Yeah, exactly. So just throwing up the whole time.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
It's win or don't come home.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got a few holidays after that. So going to the Gold Coast for a bit, that'll be nice to enjoy. And then
bit of Cavalier.
I think a few other things as well, but unconfirmed. So
unconfirmed, don't say
that'll be good to look forward to after grinding for that period.
Very good. All right. Well, I had a topic kind of come to me recently that I just realized that very few people actually know enough about. And it's got to do with footy, but we'll acquaint it to like local sport, any sport you're playing. If you play netball, if you play soccer, rugby, footy, and it's just like your diet kind of leading up to a game.
Yep.
I think people are eating really badly, and it's like making them play badly, or they're cramping up. So just like before a game, like the night or day before a game, let's say I play on a Saturday, on the Friday, firstly, you want to be taking in lots of water, maybe even play with some electrolytes or something, bit of magnesium, but not like sculling 4 liters at once, because you're just going to piss out all of your electrolytes. So I think that's the first
just
number one mistake. Yeah, just sip on it all day. Like just have a bottle with you, just sip every now and then, not like sculling it. Second thing is carbs. I think people think like eating a big fat steak the night before a game is going to help. No, that's after the game. We want to do that after the game so that your muscles are getting
repaired. Steak can be useful. Like,
sure,
you need to be getting your protein in, but don't think that this steak is going to work wonders for you.
So like you with your powerlifting, before a game, like the day before a game, I will have some raisin toast, maybe like 2 or 3 or like 3 or 4 slices of raisin toast throughout the day. So that's like carb loading. And then for dinner, I'll have like pasta. And then the morning of the game, I'll probably have either some like a little bit of toast and like a banana, and then like an electrolyte drink. So it's not much at all, but because I've eaten so much the day before, I've got plenty of energy. You play your game and then go out, enjoy some beers, whatever, but have like a parma or a steak or something that's high protein. Yes, it might be high fat, but ideally you've put
get those calories in to repair you.
I think some people are just eating absolute crap before games and stuff, and you just got no hope then.
Exactly.
Especially if you're doing
Don't be having sausage rolls before the game. Like,
can't be doing that.
You want something quite light, but I think like those slow burning carbs, things like that, give you that energy to go.
It's like I found this Endura stuff. The it's like hydrolate. It's not. It's like a carbohydrate cross. It's fucking what's the names?
Electrolytes.
That's really handy. I'll have that like an hour before a game.
And we're not nutritionists. We've got like a pretty basic idea of nutrition and what works, but essentially like there's a big thing, like your muscles get their energy from the glycogen stores, which essentially are created by having lots of carbs. I'm pretty sure it's something's transformed into glucose and then glycogen. There's a whole process. We'll get Sheer Fit on here to explain the whole biomedical process and everything like that. But there's something in those carbs, I tell you that, and you want to be having the complex carbs. So don't just be having, I mean, there probably is a place for natural confectionery lollies like Halftime or something like that. Some quick carbs, some quick energy. But you want to be building those glycogen stores up to have heaps of energy. I remember like when we were in year 9 and we did that really long run, the day before, our mate Jesse was like, you just got to have so much water and you'll be able to run forever. There's something in that. I reckon if you're super hydrated, like your endurance is just elite. True. I don't know what the science behind it is, but like there's just something in being really hydrated and being able to perform.
You feel incredible.
Exactly.
Well. Maybe lay off the beers the night before. The game.
You might need to take a piss, like but whatever.
That's fine. But you don't want to be sculling water. You want to just be sipping on
sustainably, consistently. Something like that.
So hopefully that helps a few people. If it helps one person, then we're doing well, mate.
Go kick some goals.
Go and point to the skies and shout out 9to5 when you do a goal. Good. All right. We've got a meeting with our accountants.
They're going to roast us for buying 66 pairs of TNs.
Oh no.
So
All right. Well, let's call it there.
Anyway, thanks guys.
Cheers. Bye.